Welcome to Paranoia Unveiled. In today's exploration, we delve into the chilling mysteries surrounding the Dyatlov Pass Incident, unexplained deaths in the Ural Mountains. Join me as we unravel the enigmatic events that transpired on that fateful night. 1. Dyatlov Pass Incident, 1959. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, which occurred in 1959, remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in the annals of unexplained events. A group of 9 experienced hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, embarked on a challenging trek through the Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union. Their journey took them to Kholat Syakhl, where something went dreadfully wrong. In the dead of night, the hikers abruptly abandoned their tent, seemingly in a state of panic. They ventured into the freezing temperatures without proper clothing, leaving behind essential gear. The first group of bodies was discovered with signs of exposure, such as frostbite, but 2 individuals exhibited severe injuries, including fractured skulls and broken ribs. The remaining members were found months later in a ravine, deep in the forest, with similar unexplained injuries, intensifying the mystery. 2. Kishtim Incident, 1957. The Kishtim Incident of 1957 unfolded as one of the most serious nuclear accidents in the Soviet Union, marking a dark chapter in the country's nuclear history. Located near the town of Ozyorsk, the Mayak Production Association was a secret nuclear facility responsible for weapons-grade plutonium production. A waste storage tank containing highly radioactive liquid waste exploded, releasing a significant amount of radioactive contamination into the atmosphere. The incident resulted in the contamination of a vast area, affecting hundreds of square kilometers and causing long-term health and environmental consequences. Shockingly, the Soviet authorities initially attempted to conceal the incident, withholding information about the radioactive release and its impact on the population and the environment. 3. Malyshev Incident, 1953. The Malyshev Incident of 1953 involves the mysterious crash of a Soviet military plane in the Ural Mountains, leaving a shroud of uncertainty surrounding the circumstances of the accident. Details about the incident are scarce, and the lack of clarity has fueled speculation and intrigue. The crash occurred during a time of heightened military activities and secrecy in the Soviet Union, making it challenging to obtain accurate information about the events leading up to the incident and the identities of those involved. The Soviet government's penchant for secrecy during this period further complicates efforts to uncover the true nature of the Malyshev incident. 4. Perm 36 Political Prison Camp, Various. Perm 36 was a Soviet labor camp located near the city of Perm, Russia, and it played a significant role in the country's history of political repression during the Soviet era. Originally established in the 1940s, Perm 36 gained notoriety as a part of the Gulag system, where political dissidents, intellectuals, and individuals deemed enemies of the state were imprisoned. The camp witnessed harsh conditions, forced labor, and systemic human rights abuses. In addition to the physical and psychological torment inflicted on inmates, there were reports of unexplained deaths, further deepening the air of mystery and tragedy surrounding Perm 36. The camp remained operational until the waning years of the Soviet Union, and its history is emblematic of the broader issues of political repression and human rights violations within the Soviet penal system. 5. Mansi people's disappearance, 1930s. The reports of the Mansi people's disappearance in the 1930s are shrouded in mystery and contribute to the enigmatic history of the Ural Mountains. The Mansi, an indigenous people residing in the region for centuries, faced considerable upheaval during the Soviet era, as collectivization and industrialization policies disrupted their traditional way of life. Rumors and accounts emerged suggesting that some Mansi individuals or entire groups had vanished without a trace, leaving behind abandoned settlements and unexplained disappearances. The exact circumstances and extent of these disappearances remain unclear, as documentation from that period is limited, and the oral traditions of the Mansi people are not always easily accessible. 6. Ural Mesh Plant Explosion, 1989. The Ural plant explosion of 1989 marked a tragic incident in Yekaterinburg, Russia, when a chemical explosion at the Ural heavy machinery manufacturing plant resulted in significant loss of life and environmental contamination. The Ural plant was a key industrial facility in the Soviet Union, specializing in the production of heavy machinery for sectors such as mining and metallurgy. The explosion occurred during a chemical process at the plant, leading to a release of toxic substances and a powerful blast that caused extensive damage to the facility. The incident resulted in several fatalities among plant workers and emergency responders, highlighting the devastating consequences of industrial accidents on human lives. Beyond the immediate human toll, the Ural plant explosion had lasting environmental implications. 7. Taganay National Park. Various. Taganay National Park, situated in the Ural Mountains, has gained notoriety for being a site of mysterious lights and unexplained phenomena. This remote and scenic park has drawn attention due to numerous reports from visitors and locals who claim to have witnessed unusual lights and anomalies in the night sky. The nature of these sightings ranges from unexplained glowing orbs to strange light patterns, sparking speculation and interest in the supernatural. The park's rugged and isolated terrain, combined with its natural beauty, adds an eerie and mysterious backdrop to these reported phenomena. While scientific explanations, such as atmospheric phenomena or celestial events, may account for some of the observed lights, the persistent nature of the reports has contributed to the park's reputation as a hub for mysterious occurrences. 8. Sverdlovsk Anthrax Leak, 1979. The Sverdlovsk Anthrax Leak of 1979 is a tragic incident that occurred in the Soviet city of Sverdlovsk, now Yekaterinburg. The release of anthrax spores was accidental and originated from a military microbiology facility known as Compound 19, where the Soviet Union was conducting research on biological weapons. The incident resulted in the contamination of the surrounding area, leading to a significant number of deaths among the local population. The Soviet government initially tried to cover up the incident, attributing the deaths to consumption of contaminated meat, but later acknowledged the accidental release of anthrax. The consequences of the Sverdlovsk anthrax leak were severe, with estimates suggesting that hundreds of people were affected and at least 66 individuals succumbed to the deadly disease. 9. Kamensk-Uralsky Ammunition Depot Explosion, 2011. The Kamensk-Uralsky Ammunition Depot explosion of 2011 was a tragic incident that occurred in the town of Kamensk-Uralsky in the Ural Mountains. The explosion took place at a military ammunition depot, resulting in a catastrophic event that caused multiple fatalities and extensive destruction. The depot stored a significant amount of military munitions, including artillery shells and ammunition, and the explosion sent shockwaves through the surrounding area, damaging buildings and infrastructure. The incident highlighted the dangers associated with the storage and handling of explosive materials in military depots. Investigations into the Kamensk-Uralsky explosion focused on determining the cause of the blast and assessing the safety measures in place at the depot. 10. Ural Airlines Flight 178, 2019. Ural Airlines Flight 178 in 2019 made headlines for a miraculous emergency landing that averted tragedy. The Airbus A321, carrying 226 passengers and 7 crew members, encountered a dramatic bird strike shortly after takeoff from Zhukovsky International Airport near Moscow. The impact caused both engines to lose power, leaving the aircraft in a perilous situation. In a remarkable display of skill and composure, the pilots executed an emergency landing in a cornfield just a few kilometers from the airport. Miraculously, all passengers and crew survived the ordeal, and there were no reported fatalities. The successful emergency landing showcased the professionalism and quick thinking of the flight crew, turning what could have been a devastating disaster into a story of remarkable survival. If you enjoyed the video and want more content on unsolved mysteries and historical enigmas, don't forget to like, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below.